ever wondered about the creative process behind your favorite movie characters and the talented actors who actually bring them to life? Well, Joseph Masilo offers a fascinating glimpse into the making of the iconic character Raitlhwane, masterfully portrayed by the acclaimed actor Moditle Pholo. So this innovative literary genre presents a dual narrative, weaving together a richly imagined account of the character's history, personality, evolution, all this alongside the authentic story of the actor's journey, as well as struggles and triumphs in the entertainment industry at large. So to review the book and tell us a little bit more about Moditle Pholo, we are going to be joined by author Joseph Masilo himself. Good morning, Joseph. Thanks for your time at the SABC at this hour.
Thank you very much for having me.
Perhaps the decision to pen thoughts to paper and write a book about your experiences. Talk to us about that inspiration.
Yeah, I grew up in an environment where stories were told.
Yeah.
Especially at home. Stories will always be told for free. We'll sit in the lounge and you always hear grannies and aunties always narrating their stories of having lived in the farms and then subsequently staying in the townships.
Yes.
So I've always been this child who's always listened to older people narrating their stories. And the bug actually continued with me to this day. And ever since then, I've always gotten into the love of storytelling and really narrating people's stories.
Telling stories for free, that's absolutely true. I can see that happening at home. And I wonder then, publishing the story about Moditle Pholo, why the decision to go that route?
Because of his story.
Okay.
He's lived an extraordinary life. His journey was that of humble beginnings and obscurity. He's never had it easy, but he believed in himself, he believed in his future, and he believed in the best version of himself. And that is the reason why I wanted to really, despite the fact that he became one of the well-known actors in the country, behind his acting prowess, there was always a story. So that's why I decided to really package his life through while he's still alive and give him his flowers while he's still with us.
Was there any input from him on his part when you were compiling this? If so, what impact do you think it would have had on the book?
In fact, if I have to give you a bit of a background, this book was conceptualized from the sudden passing of the late Patrick Shai. It was in 2021. Okay. And so there was a lot of noise in the country. As we know, South Africans, we're proud of our yesteryear's actors. And I had to approach Moditle Pholo, who was Patrick Shai's best friend. And I said to him, you know what, I would like to package your life story so that as we continue seeing you guys in your later years, we really want to give you flowers while you guys are still alive and avoid really doing it while you guys have passed on. And I sat down with him at his home. And guess what he did? Tears started rolling down his face because he never thought throughout all the work that he has done in the film and acting industry there will be anybody wanting to honor his legacy while he's still alive. And from then, the next question is, when do you want us to start? And at the time, I had researched up to chapter 3 of his life. And that's really how we actually decided to put this book together.
What did you unearth about him in terms of his contribution to the landscape in South Africa at large? I mean, he's a legend, as you mentioned. So what would you want to impart for those who haven't picked up the book yet?
I think a takeout of this book, it's never despise the journey of humble beginnings. I actually alluded in my intro that his journey was that of obscurity and humble beginnings.
Yes.
And that is really a takeout of this book. And then later on in the 80s and the 90s, he became one of the well-known artistic icon in the country. But behind him, there's a story. And really, that's what I wanted to unravel in this book, but really trying to package his background and what actually got him to become the best version of himself. But beyond that, it was him having believed in himself and having believed in his attitude and believing in his destiny that despite anybody who might believe otherwise, he'll be the best person to succeed.
What story stood out for you in him, telling his or narrating his story, just in terms of his commitment to the craft at large, staying the course when things were hard? Anything that touched you in particular?
When he actually lost everything. And there was a time where, at the height of his career, they literally lost everything together with the production company that they had. They used to flog the SABC here. And even when they lost everything, you used to queue for auditions. You can imagine one of the well-known actors in the country who used to brace our TV screens, now is queuing for auditions. And I think that on its own, if this story can be told to any South African, any drama actor at any university or institution, it's actually going to build communities and society and the world at large. So I think these are anecdotes and real stories that needs to be put forward to build our community and our nation. And from there onwards, we'll have a better nation.
Speaking about, promoting social cohesion and nation building and adaptations as well, this is now a book. Can we expect it to become a documentary? Can we also expect it to come to the screens? What are your future plans with this as well?
I think at the time I kept engaging quite a lot of people, even movie directors, about Mr. Pholo's life story. A lot of them, in a manner in which I was narrating the story, they actually said, there's a documentary there. How about we package his life together? Yes, there has been dialogues between me and him as far as that is concerned, but something is on the pipeline.
All right, so as the clock ticks and we await to hear that news, just in conclusion, how will you forever changed through this work? I mean, it's been a journey. You mentioned 2021 and beyond, but this is a legacy project of sorts as well.
Yeah, I think it actually has changed my life, and I think it actually has changed my outlook on life. For one, never to despise the journey of humble beginnings, right? It doesn't matter who says what upon your life. You own your future, you own your life, you own your destiny, and you can become a better version of yourself. So if one can take cue from the life of Moditle Pholo, I think we can build a better society.
No, absolutely, and we can strive to live in our purpose and give of the gift that is us. Thank you for your time, Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for telling the story and really helping to heal our nation at large.